Okay. In the yesterday's class, we discussed the example. I'll just repeat once again the story, and then I'll go what is actually the principle. Okay. So in the yesterday's class, we discussed what is actually the story behind the principle. We had completed 3 principles. First principle was about to detect the error before a customer itself detects the error. Second principle was about something called as exhaustive testing, that is complete testing is not possible. So we used a method or a concept of Dijistra's doctrine to explain the second principle. Coming to a third principle, what we discussed from 2 classes, that testing should be done at each and every phases. Okay, testing should be done at each and every phases, not only at the last phase, but at each phases. But each phases testing is necessary. What happens if we neglect at the first stage? What happens if we neglect at the requirement stage? These things we discussed in the what is called last 2 classes. So in fact, it directly affects the cost of organization or a downtime. Organization faces a lot of downtime. So we need to test at each and every phases. Either it can be requirement, design, or a coding. No phases should be neglected. This is what we discussed in the last class. So today I'll be explaining the 4th principle. So yesterday I just told a small story of 4th principle. Again today I'll just repeat this 4th principle. So basically 4th principle statement is understand the reason behind the test. Okay, understand the reason behind the test. What is the meaning understand the reason behind the test? What test we are doing? We need to understand the reason without I knowing. For example, I want to test my students. If I don't know for which STEM the students are, what subject they know, which branch they are, without having my knowledge, I can't test your people. So whoever is testing, they need to have an idea. For example, Viva. In examinations during the practicals, you'll be having what? Viva. Last 10 to 15 marks will be for Viva usually. So what is that Viva? Whoever is asking the question, they need to have an idea what is this lab about, what is the subject about. If they itself don't have the idea, can they ask us any question? No, definitely no. So they need to know what I am asking, what is the student level, whether they are first year students, whether they are second year students, whether they are fifth year students. For first year students, if I ask third year's question, whether they'll be able to answer, no. I need to have a basic knowledge of which SEM they are, what subject they are studying, what is their capacity. So whoever is testing, he need to have a basic idea of what is actually testing, what it should be done. So this is what the basic what is called as the meaning of principle of understanding the reason behind the test. I'll explain the story once again, even though I had explained yesterday. So the cat and the saint. So there was in one of the forests, there was a saint. Okay, saint. The saint, he had many disciples with him. He had many disciples with him, and with them he was staying in the forest. Okay. So daily he was just going with a meditation. I think saints, you people know. You people are aware of saints, right? Okay. Saints, regularly he was just meditating and everything was going normal. One day what happened? The saint was normally, as usual, he was meditating. So what happens? A cat came and disturbed the saint from meditating. A cat came and just it disturbed, or you may think it made a sound or it made some distractions with the saint, etc. So the just cat came, he distracted the saint from doing meditation. So what immediately the disciples did, that they took the cat and they just tied to the rope. You can see here, they tied to a pillar here with a rope. So these disciples, what they did, they took a cat and they tied the cat to a pillar using a rope. So what happened? This continued for a year. Same problem. Daily the saint used to sit for meditating. Daily the cat used to come. Daily once the cat used to come, it would distract the saint. Then disciples, they used to take the cat and they used to tie to the pillar using a rope. This went on regularly. The cat, it used to come regularly and disturb the saints. So this continued regularly for years and years together. Years and years together. Once what happened suddenly, the cat, it didn't come. The cat, it didn't come for the place where actually the saint and its disciples were sitting for meditating. The cat had not come. What happened? They need to feel happy, right? The saint and the disciples? No. What happened? The disciples, what they do? They were searching. They were searching for a cat so that once the cat comes, it need to disturb the saint. Once it disturbs the saint, they need to tie the cat to a pillar, and then what happens? The saint is to start the meditating. So this was something which is not at all related. Whether the cat is related to meditating of a saint, not at all. But why these disciples started searching of a cat? Because it had become a practice. They were in a wrong belief. They don't know what is actually they are testing. They don't know why they are searching for a cat. They just had a wrong belief that cat should come. I need to tie to the pillar. Then only the saint he will start meditating. It was actually a wrong belief. Whether there is any connection between saint and cat, whether there is a connection, definitely no. There is no connection between saint and the cat. So, but still, the disciples are what? They are searching for a cat without a reason, without understanding the reason. So here the principle says, whatever you are doing, do it with a meaning, having some basic knowledge. If cat doesn't come, what happens? Whether meditating will not happen or something bad will happen. They were in a wrong belief. They don't know why they were searching the cat without a reason. So understand the reason behind the test. Understand the reason. Without understanding, if we do, it is waste. It is waste. So I think you are familiar with this example. Everybody followed this example? Just raise your hands if you followed this small story. Okay. Raise your hands if you have followed this small story of a cat and a saint and how it is related to this first statement, that is, understand the reason behind the test. I want everybody hands raised, only few I am finding out. What about others? If you have doubt, message me or raise your hands. Either I want in these two. If you don't raise hands, what I need to think? At least message me, explain once again, I'll be able to explain. Only few have raised the hands. So this was the story of the cat and the saint. Okay. Now, testing requires, concentrate in the board. You can down your hands. Okay. Testing requires asking about and understanding what you are trying to test, knowing what the correct outcome is and why you are performing any test. So as a tester, I need to know what I am testing. I need to know what I am testing. I need to understand why I am testing. I need to understand what we are trying to test. Without I having any knowledge, I can't go further. As a tester, as you people also are learning this testing subject, you people also have to think in an angle of a tester. Once you people are testers, we need to know, before testing anybody, I need to know or I need to have a basic knowledge of what I am testing and what are the correct outcomes. If you notice here, what are the correct outcomes? We also should know the correct outcome. For example, simple example, I'm asking you Viva in one of your labs. Okay, I'm asking Viva in one of your lab exams. I ask you something called as something related to C programming language. I'm asking you related to C programming language. I ask you a question. Okay, I ask you a question. Once I ask you a question, what happens? You'll tell me the answer. You'll tell me the answer. whether that answer what you have told is correct or no. I need to judge. Yes or no? Whether the answer what you have told is correct or no, you need to judge. I need to judge. How I judge? I should have a basic knowledge, or I should study C programming. Whatever the question I asked, I should know the answer first. So, what is the correct outcome? That is why this term says, what is the correct outcome? Outcome andre enu? I need to know what is actually the result, answer. And for example, I ask you, what is actually C programming according to you? You will tell me some of the answers. Think that you told some of the answer. I need to know the answer before you, so that I can tell whether you are telling correct or no. So I need to know the correct outcome. And why you are performing any test. I need to know the reason why I am testing. What is the reason behind the test? Last cat and saint anta helidvi now, last example. Does it have any meaning? The disciples are going on searching cat. They are in search of cat. Does it have any meaning or a reason? Definitely no. Simply blind belief. From here cat is coming and tilkondo cat illandre meditation agalla anta blind belief. They are not using their sense of knowledge also. So whatever we are testing, we need to have first and the foremost understand what we are trying to test. We need to know the result or outcome, and second, what you are performing. Why you are performing the test? Why I am performing? Either perform nanu, what it will be benefited for me. I need to know the outcome or why we are performing the test. Coming to this, in this principle, first and the foremost, the cat and the saint, you need to write the story, okay, in the principle. Second is you need to write this, that is we need to understand the test, we need to know the outcome, we need to know why we are performing the test. Then here we'll study some of the types of testing, as you can see. So types of testing, there are totally 5 types of testing. If you can see the screen here. First is black box testing, second is white box testing, third is integration testing, fourth is internationalization testing, and fifth is regression type of a testing. So we'll study one by one now. So totally 5 types of testing is there. No doubt in the textbook just they have given one sentence. What is this testing about and the definition question. But for your understanding, I have shown here like this. For your understanding, this diagram is not there in textbook, okay? So first and the foremost, I'll give you the definition of black box testing, and then I will explain what is actually the black box, okay? This diagram is not there in textbook, right? So first and the foremost, black box testing, it is a type of a testing. As you can see, a black box. Black box andre eno, there is a box, black color. Whether we can see what is inside? Definitely no. If you go to a room which is dark without any light, if you go to a room in your home without any light, can you see anything inside that room? No. Until and unless we turn on our light, can we see that room? Whatever the things are there in that room? No. Similarly here also, consider a box here. One box story. That box is completely dark or a black. Okay. What is the meaning of this now? We know what is a box. It is black. We can't see inside. Okay. Then what it is related to testing? And something I have written called as input and output. I have written here as input and output. What is the meaning of this? Black box testing, it is a type of a testing where, okay, as a tester, I know only the input, but I don't know what is the design. Listen carefully. As a tester, black box is a type of a testing where, as a tester, tester andre code will be there in front of me, or design will be there in front of me, some implementation will be there in front of me, I'll test. Whereas here it is different. Why ma'am different? Because as a tester, I don't know what is its requirement. I don't know what is its design. I don't know what is its coding. I don't know how it is implemented. I don't know anything. Don't know andre ಏನು? For example, you will go to an exam. ಏನು ಓದಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡಿಗೆ? What you will tell your friend? My mind is blank. ಏನು ನೆನಪಿಲ್ಲ. Similarly here also, as a tester will be blank. He don't know anything. He don't know what is the requirement collected. He don't know what is the design. He don't know what is the coding they have done. He don't know what programming language they have used. He don't know what are the components they have used. He don't know what are the interface. Nothing he don't know. Everything is black. Everything is black. Then how the tester test here? Tester antru test ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು, ಬೇರೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. Tester definitely he need to test. He don't have any other option. Then what he need to do? ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. Inputs ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. He need to give the inputs. He don't know what is code is, how it is working, nothing. He need to give the inputs and what outputs he will be getting. No doubt inputs he will be able to see inputs and outputs. Inputs output ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾವ ಅವರಿಗೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಏನು ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ for a tester. So he will give what different types of inputs. First input he will check the output. He will see whether the output is correct to my functionality. No, think the output is not working according to my functionality. Then what he will do? Again he will send another set of inputs. Again he will send another set of inputs. Again he will get some outputs. Hange till he will go on sending different types or different combinations of inputs so that until and unless I get the correct functionality. This is what the black box testing. Another time I'm going to repeat. Listen carefully. One chapter, next chapter, complete. Next chapter in second chapter in second unit, I think you have complete chapter on black box testing. You have a complete chapter on white box testing. Okay, you have complete chapter itself on this type of testing. So first understand the basic definition or what it is. So I'm going to repeat again. So black box testing basically, as you can see here, a complete black box. As a tester, in this black box testing, he will not be knowing what is the design. He will not be knowing what is the implementation. He will not be knowing what is the requirements. He don't know what programming code they have used. He don't know what are the things they have done inside. Developers they have done inside. He don't know anything. But he need to test. How he is going to test? He will just send one set of inputs. He will check for output. If output is correct, if everything is working properly, okay. Think that the output is wrong, functionality is something, he is getting different functionality. Again, in one set of inputs, again output. Again, he will be sending inputs, again the outputs. So finally what happens? So this giving different combinations of input may result in at least 99% we may get the correct output. But one thing, the tester in the black box testing, he don't know anything about this black box. Black box andre box alla. In our technical way, this is nothing but what requirements, what programming code, what are the interfaces, what are the components, what are the links they are used. He don't know anything about anything. He has zero knowledge. This is black box testing. Whether everybody followed this? Just raise your hand. Okay, fine. Okay, so textbook al heng kotara black box. In textbook, if you want, you just open the textbook and see black box testing is a type of a testing where the phases, that is requirement, other phases are not known to the tester, whereas he is known about outer requirements. External ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದ, but inner requirements he will not be knowing. So this is what actually the basic explanation of black box testing. That is what here in a simple way the tester don't know the code. He don't know the coding. Don't know andre no, he's not, coding itself is not visible to him. Coding is not visible to him. So this is what a basic black box testing diagram. This is not given in the textbook. This is for explanation I have taken. Okay. Next, coming to the next, white box testing. White box testing, it is also called as, it is a reverse, as the name says, black and white are reverse, yes or no? So it is a reverse. White box testing is also called as clear type of a testing. White box testing is also called as clear type of a testing, or it is called as transparent. Transparent andre ena? Everything is visible. Transparent means what? Everything is visible. Similarly, consider here also white box testing. It is a type of a testing which is reverse to black box, where your tester is able to see the programming code in detail. Here the tester is able to see the programming code. If he is able to see the programming code, automatically what happens? Definitely easy agi errors na debug ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. In black box testing, he didn't know what is actually design, implementation and all. So it was little bit problem. Yes or no? It was little bit problem for a tester to solve the problems. Whereas here, everything is clear here. Nothing is closed. Everything is open to a tester. The tester knows what requirements they have collected. The tester knows what design they have done. The tester knows what code they have written. The tester knows what programming languages he has used, how many functions they have taken. Everything the tester knows here. This is what? White box. This is called white box. As you can see, test case input. Test case means what here? In further classes you will be studying. To check a programming language, some of the test cases will be sending. Cases, case 1, case 2 ಅಂತ send ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So here we send the input application code. Application code means what? Code is visible to a tester. Code is visible to a tester, and finally where is actually problem, easily he will be able to understand. This is what the output. So white box approach is little bit easy, or the tester will not face much of a problem, because here everything is open to a tester. Nothing is closed. You can consider requirement, you can consider it to be a design, or you consider any other phases. Everything is open to a tester. Nothing is closed here. So it is easy for a tester. Yavade one error bandra easy agi he can debug easily when compared to black box. So this is what a basic diagram. Basic diagram I have picked one of diagram to make you understand. So this is white box. Another one thing in black box testing, if you want to give me an example, simple example is if you consider Google. You consider now Google ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು? Google ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕತ್ತದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕತ್ತದ ಅಂತ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಗೂಗಲ್. ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಗೂಗಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕೂಡ ಏನೋ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಗೂಗಲ್. Once you give an input for a Google, what happens? You don't know what is application inside the Google. Whether I'm black box here, everything is black. I don't know what is the design. I don't know coding, nothing. Just what I do, I give one example. For example, I give in Google India anta type ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನಾಗ್ತದ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. I have given the input. India ಅಂತ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ? If Google everything is correct, it will give so many pages related to India ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ. If it is not working properly, what happens? Do I get the result? No, I don't get a result. Some problem, interrupted service anta eshtukond problems barbodu, error anta barbodu. So this is Google is the best example, I think so, to give you. Google, for example, example Windows anta tagori. Windows, you are having Windows 8, Windows 10, even same. How we are going to test Windows install agi ella working idre okay. ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ? Do I know? Nothing. I don't know. So this is Google is the best example I can think. In textbook and all they have not given any examples. For you people, just I gave the simple example. Followed everybody? Basic difference between white box and the black box. And if you want to ask me white box is nothing but what here? White box examples. There is no particular example for a white box. For example, in your lab in your lab only you are doing a program. Simple example I'm telling. Everything, whatever the applications we are using nowadays as a customers, everything is black box. Yes or no? Just notice here, WhatsApp irli, Facebook irli, just enter ಮಾಡಿದ್ಕೂಡ WhatsApp ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್. ಅದು ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? WhatsApp ನಾಗ ಏನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್. White box is simple example ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ lab ಅಲ್ಲಿ you are doing many of labs you are doing I think so. Errors ಬರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ನೀವೇ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತೀರಿ program, you itself will write the program. So you'll check all the programs right from the line 1, you'll go on checking, right? You'll go on checking right from the first line. So white box, everything is clear to you. Program is nim front program ada inputs ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ, outputs wrong ಇದೆ. So this is nothing but white box approach. Where error idre again you will correct, again correct and correct. So this is what a white box simple approach. Black box, everything is hidden. Whatever the applications we are using now, everything is hidden. We don't know anything. What is code, what is design, but just we want the functionality. We know the functionality. Nam tharane testers also will be there who don't know anything. They don't know anything. Just inputs kodtara. Even Google, if we are trying to check a Google, even we are testers. Yes, we are testers. Definitely. So this is what black box testing and white box testing. No doubt in black box testing, little bit difficulty in finding the errors, but still everything we use nowadays is that most 80% they use the black box testing instead of white box testing. Okay, this is open. Okay, this is open. Everything can't be open. Ella open idre privacy irangilla. So they don't keep everything open. Only ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ group, developers group ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ ಏನು code, ಏನು programming languages. It may be because of security and privacy, everything is not white, everything is not clear, or everything is not transparent. Followed everybody? What is black box and white box testing? Just raise your hand. Fine. Okay. Coming to a third type of a testing. Okay, third type of testing is integration testing anta ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, you can hands down. So third type of a testing is what? Integration testing. Integration, this is not a technical figure. This is not a technical figure. Okay, I want to tell you. But this is integration testing. With this example, you can know better. Integration testing andre ಏನಂತ still in detail you can understand. This is not a technical figure. Okay, as you can see, this is a game everybody we have played in our childhood. It may be joining of animals, on animals ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು, or it can be plants, flowers. Join ಮಾಡಿ kids they used to give us to play. Similarly here, this is one part yellow, this is the second, this is third, this is fourth. Everything are different. Just go according to my words with the figure, you will understand. So basically, I'll just tell the definition of this. Integration testing is a type of a testing where testing is done of where different components. For example, here 4 components is the yellow component, blue, green, red, where all the components together they are connected and tested. I'm going to repeat again. First, individually yellow is tested, blue is tested, green is tested, red is tested separately. Components anta tilkori. Programming language, in one code, imagine I have 4 functions. I have 4 functions or 4 parts anta tilkori. This is 1, this is second, third, and fourth. Separate code I have tested. This is 1 component, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth. Separate components I have tested. Once tested, what happens? Everything is working fine. All are working fine. Now, mind you, integration testing tells us that once all the components are tested separately, listen carefully, when all the components are tested separately, join them. Once you join them, what happens? It will become a one component. Yes or no? Once you join, this is join ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಒಂದು ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಹೌದಾ ಇಲ್ಲ? So once you join all these components, it will become one single component. So that one single component is tested again to see if there are errors or no. I think you are clear here. If I want to explain again, think that this is a yellow, this is blue, this is green, and this is red. This is tested separately, this is tested separately, this is tested separately, and this red one is tested separately. All are working properly. Now our duty is to what? To join. If you can see here, is to join here. Red with yellow, green with red, blue with green, and blue with yellow. Our duty is to join all these components. How? Using interfaces. Technically, how we'll join? Using interfaces. So, think that using interfaces I am joining here. Once I join, interfaces are nothing but these are the connecting in our programming language, which connects one component with another component. Once I join all these components, it will become one set. Yes or no? It will become one set. Once it becomes one set, my duty is to what? Is to test again whether they are cooperating with each other or no. One sari hengagtada ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನೇ 4 ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ವೆರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಗೈಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. 4 ಜನ ಸೇರಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಯೂಶುವಲಿ all are good students, all are damn good students, everyone are hard working. Think that all 4 are now working together. What happens? Misunderstandings arise. This should not happen. This is integration. Integration ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Without any problem, without any understanding. All should do the hard work. Yes or no? Similarly here also, no doubt individual ಎಲ್ಲ proper work ಆಗ್ಲಿಗತ್ತದ. But when I combine all this, then also they should work together. There should not be error when I integrate. Integrate means what? Combine, integrate all the components. Then also they need to work properly as a one group. You should not get any errors. So integration errors, basically it tells us when different components are connected with each other. Okay, first different components are tested separately. Once they are tested separately, we need to join them. Once we join them, they integrate to form one set. They ಇವಿಷ್ಟು ಕೂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ? One set ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಹೌದಾ? So they will integrate to form one group. Then if we do the testing, we should not get any errors. They should cooperatively go hand in hand with each other. They need to go hand in hand with each other. So this is what our integration testing tells. So this is nothing but a third type of a testing, that is integration type of a testing. Whether everybody followed this integration? Whether everybody followed integration testing? Okay. For this, these two are very easy. Internationalization and regression testing. I'll just tell here. Okay. Internationalization testing anta illeno odlikatiri. Internationalization testing is a type of a testing where a program or a software anta tilkori. Okay, or a software, it should work with all the programming languages. For example, there are programming languages like C. There are programming languages like C++, there is a programming like Fortran, there is like Java, there are Python, there are so many other languages. So a particular code or a software product, it should work with all the programming languages. Then it means internationalization testing is success. Okay, this is internationalization testing with all the other programming languages. It should work. Last, regression testing. Regression testing, it is a type of a testing where adding of a new features, hosa features add madidre, we should not get any side effects. Regression testing is a type of a testing. For example, consider I have a software product. Okay, I have a software product. I have developed a software product. Think it is a mobile. I have a software product. Think it is a mobile only. Everything is working properly. Now I got in my mind as a developer that I want to add another feature for that. Think yado one extra feature. Once I add the extra feature, listen carefully. Once I add the extra feature, I am a developer, okay? Once I add the extra feature, it should not make side effects for the earlier features. I think you are getting my point. Regression testing is a type of a testing where for a software product, if we add new features, it should not affect the earlier features. No particular diagram is there, but if I want to tell you, it is a type of a test, regression testing. It is a type of a testing where the new features, whatever are added, it should not affect the earlier features, or it should not cause any side effects for the earlier features. So this is regression testing. So basically in this principle we are studying types of testing. If you write definitions, it's more than enough. Those diagrams just for explanation output. Okay, so types of testing: black box testing, here tester don't know anything, just input and output. In white box testing, everything is clear. Tester know everything about design, requirement, coding he knows, whereas in black box coding is not known. In integration testing, as I know, different components are connected to each other. Yellow, blue ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅದು. Integration testing is a type of a testing where when we combine all the components also, there should not be any problems or errors within the components. Everything should work smoothly. Internationalization, fourth type. It is a type of a testing where our software should work for all the programming codes. How many programming ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಈ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಬರೀ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ಹಂಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು. It should be working with all the programming languages. Last is regression testing, where it is a type of a testing where if we add extra features, it should not cause any side